Okay, the next stage after thinking about buying a home is maybe you want to get a little bit more serious. We call this the active search phase of the home buying process. And this would be the time when maybe we do set up some appointments and go actual preview homes and communities together, and see which ones might be a good potential fit for you. The other thing that is a key distinction that happens typically at this time when you're more active in your search is you're really going to want to get your financing lined up. So, if you're paying cash for the property, maybe it's not as big of a deal, but most buyers in today's market do tend to get a mortgage, tend to get financing. And financing works kind of in two stages. So, usually you want to get pre approved. And then after you get a property and a contract on a property, you'll get approved for that specific property. So getting pre-approved, they will look at your credit, your debt to income ratios, and look at all of your gross income and any liabilities, any debts that you may have, looking at those on a monthly basis, annual basis. And the lender that is giving you that sort of pre-approval letter for a mortgage, they're gonna pre-approve you up to a certain amount. Now, a lot of times, if you're really good at budgeting and your finances, they may approve you for a lot more than maybe you're comfortable with, right? It's important to not be kind of house poor, and you want to make sure that you've got plenty of cash reserves and you're not spending too much on your house. But they will pre-approve you for an amount typically. But at the end of the day, it's really about you. And I would encourage you to really meet with a lender or have a good conversation with a good mortgage lender to go through a couple different scenarios and a couple different options of different loan programs. Now, there, because you can get a 15-year loan where it's paid off in 15 years. You can get a 30-year loan where it's paid off over 30, spread out over 30 years. Those are probably the most common. There's a few others in between. You can get a fixed rate loan that is going to be, it's fixed for that entire time frame. Or you can get it where it's fixed for just say 5 years, and then it maybe would adjust based on the market after that. So rates are always changing every day, but I would encourage you to definitely meet with a lender. We do have a list of a few recommended mortgage lenders, and we're happy to share that with you. Just feel free to reach out to our team, and we'll get you our recommended recommendations after that. So once you're pre-approved, that's a great next step. And they'll usually issue you a pre-approval letter, and you're pretty much ready to go out shopping and try to find a new home. So a couple other things that will happen also during this search phase is we will set up a search. Usually we want to once we meet with you, we'll really refine your search criteria so that we're sending you and emailing you the proper properties, the right properties within your criteria that might be a good potential fit for you. So we'll definitely work with you to make sure that we're sending you, as many options as possible, but also the right options and not overwhelming your email inbox. And then the other step that also tends to happen during the search phase, when you do get, like I said, a little more serious, is we do have something called buyer agency. So in most real estate deals, there's usually two agents involved, one representing the seller called the listing agent, and then usually one representing the buyer called the buyer's agent. So, but we're happy to share what that all entails. But our number one goal as your buyer's agent is to help you locate and negotiate and procure an interest in a property. So we're here to help be your guide. And part of the advantage of hiring us as your buyer's agent is then we can legally give you advice about pricing and negotiation strategy and really all those things that you would expect a good agent to do anyway. So that wraps up kind of our search phase in the home buying process. Hope you found this helpful.